actually, my first workout was with Josh Everett.
Oh, really?
My first CrossFit workout ever. I competed against, well, I can't remember, we did this thing with CrossFit San Diego down in Mission Bay Park, and I just showed up, and yeah, this guy was there, and he's like, everybody's just like, you know, this guy's a stud, you know, and I didn't even know who he was until later.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that was like 2005, so I didn't find out who he was until like 2008 when I competed. I was like, I know that guy, and then you know, he almost won.
Yeah. Like last year, I remember you said you were like, oh, I want to win the games. Is it still the same thing this year? Like, is that what you're saying to yourself?
Yeah, I want to win.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I might be probably more confident in saying that this year, you know, but I mean, you wouldn't have been able to convince me otherwise last year, you know. I was confident last year, but this year, yeah, just even more confident. I mean, placed 7th last year, but I don't feel that was a loss, really. I mean, it was tough. It was, you know, Graham and Spiller and those guys that were before me, they competed, you know, they came out to win it too. So I'm just gonna have to do the same thing this year and just really go for it, you know.
I was extremely disappointed last year. I just feel like I didn't get to do what I wanted. I mean, it didn't really have anything to do with where I placed. I mean, I had no expectations because it was the first time I had competed as an individual in CrossFit on a national level. So I really didn't have any expectations as to where I'd place, but I just feel like I never really got to like perform and do something that I felt good about. And I couldn't do a pistol. I'd never done a pistol before. And so that was really tough to be out there and not be able to do it and have all the other girls just passing me by. I mean, it's tough and it was embarrassing. I mean, I try not to look at it that way now. That was definitely more emotional then. But coming, you know, after about a month, and I just kind of had to get over it and start training for the next year. But it was rough, and I don't look back at it as a very positive thing. So I'm kind of hoping that this year I can do something different. I think we learned a lot from it as a gym, just not only me as an athlete, but as gym and coaches here, and we learned that just because you're strong doesn't mean you can get out there and figure it out on the day. You gotta be ready. You gotta practice here in the preparation part of it, and not just expect to figure it out as you go.
No, I probably took a lot of the thinking out of it. You know, where maybe last year I was thinking about really thinking about periodizing and like having these different programs that I was doing and sets and combinations of movements, all culminating into one peak performance, you know, a lot of thinking, and I took a lot of that out of it. So I guess a lot of the same movements, you know, you just like CrossFit.com has progressed with some new movements. You know, I've progressed in training some of these more complex movements, mostly gymnastic skills probably. You know, the ring handstand push-ups and the handstand walks. You know, I did that single-legged overhead squat, and that really was challenging. I mean, like, I almost cried, you know. It was like kind of like frustrating too, like adding that. I've done a lot of pistols and like kettlebell, holding the kettlebell, so like weighted pistols, and that's challenging, but going overhead was just, that was stupid, ridiculous. But I mean, it's been a while since I cried from a workout, so that was good.
Cried out of like frustration?
Just you know, it's really challenging physically, and then you just mentally get frustrated because, like, you know, most movements I go into now, I know how to pace, I know how to be efficient with them, and I know, like, you know, the cadence that I'm going to be doing in the workout. But those, you know, it was brand new, so that That was great.
Oh yeah, it's very emotional, and I like to think that that's what drives girls, because in a way, I mean, I hate to say this, but like in a way, CrossFit is unnatural for women. You know, guys are like very naturally athletic and like, you know, they're hunters and they roam and they, you know, kill big things, whatever. I mean, whatever nature goes. And so it's kind of this hard-working attitude, you know, athletic, I think comes a little more natural. And I feel like the top female athletes are all very emotionally attached to it, and I know I'm very driven by emotion. I don't usually, I mean, I guess sometimes I cry, but I feel like that is almost part of the recipe for a top CrossFit female athlete, is to have that emotional attachment to what you're doing and have that pressure and have all that comes with it.
It's never made any sense to me, programming-wise, for an affiliate to have their top athletes do other things than the rest of their affiliate. It has never made sense to me. If CrossFit is universally scalable, and I believe it is, if I'm having the programming to get Jasmine and our team and Scott to the games, why wouldn't I want to use that same programming scaled down for every other member of Front Range CrossFit? It just has never made sense to me. So that's what we do. They are all doing, everybody did, you know, the same workout that our games athletes did today. They obviously changed the overhead squat weight, but they're doing the same programming. They don't do all the extra stuff that they do. They don't do the hour and a half worth of strength or Olympic lifting or gymnastics stuff they do after the CrossFit workout, but they're doing that's what our Front Range CrossFit programming is all about.
Why do you even do CrossFit?
You know, I think I'm addicted to it.
Yeah.
Just straight up.
Yeah.
I think I'm addicted to the pain, you know, the suffering that you go through, because I think the pain and suffering that you go through in here trains you for everything outside. You know, it makes the day-to-day stuff seem real easy, you know, real trivial. I mean, not always, but that is a big part of it. I mean, I'm probably like somewhat addicted to coming in and just going through that suffering with others. You know, I enjoy the company, the people. I mean, that's really like my biggest love is coaching and building the community, people that enjoy doing what I do. You know, so I just bring people along for the ride, and that's real fun, meeting new people and that whole experience. And just the whole thing about competing is just kind of a bonus, you know. It's kind of maybe even using that as a platform to get more people in our community.
So if you're addicted to it, then if you didn't have it, would you be a different person?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't even. It's hard to imagine like where I'd be, where I wouldn't be, you know, if I didn't find CrossFit.
Well, I'm 55 to 59. I qualified #1.
Cool. And you did the games last year?
Did the games last year. Tore my bicep in the second workout, the deadlift.
How do you feel this year?
Feel good. You know, I feel definitely technically stronger, physically about the same, and you know, there's always an ache and a pain. As the young guys have them, we get them too. But I feel real good, ready to go.
Have you been training to like go back and compete?
No, been training just to train, you know, and it just so happens that when the sectionals came around, just, you know, I entered, you know, did real well in them, and so here I am. You know, I just love doing the workout of the days, the WODs, and the other stuff, the Olympic lifting. I can take it or leave it. I like to do other sports, but I love doing the WODs. So, but when I do them, we work real hard. We give it a max effort every time.
Why do you do CrossFit?
Why do I do CrossFit? Because I like pain. I'm just kidding. I think it's definitely in some weird way an addiction. I mean, you get addicted to the results, you get addicted to working hard. I love the devotion. Like, I love having something to work for and something to train for, and you know, during the day of, I always say I hate competing because it's so stressful and like nerve-wracking, but in the end, I love to compete. It's just in my blood. I love to compete with everything, and there's nothing like CrossFit in the world. I mean, there's no other sport as an adult that individuals can go out there and train in this format and be able to go and do what we do and have people follow you and I guess respect you as an athlete, and I love all that. It's such a cool sport, and I love coming here every day and working out at the gym, and these are where my best friends are, and it's fun.
Not that I don't get joy out of competing or training really hard, but it's just so easy to start just tearing your life apart for it.
Yeah.
And I got a baby on the way. And really, our first.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Man. Cool.
Yeah. Wife's due in October.
Awesome.
And that's like already just that's quite a balance. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, time management is the biggest thing. Just like, how am I going to accomplish training 3 times tomorrow, teaching 6 classes, you know, and then still keeping my wife happy. There's a way to do it. You know, it might be stopping for roses on the way back home. She's gonna laugh when I say that, because I've never done it. or just pitching in for, you know, with dinner and whatever else.
So between now and when the video comes out, you're gonna have to stop for roses on the way home.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.